And we're going to be broadcasting the protest movement today, like yesterday. Now, I read some of the comments, which is probably a bad idea. Jank told me never read the comments, but I didn't follow his advice. And I will say, there were a couple people who were like, "Oh, you didn't get in there enough. You didn't do enough." Well, we've been instructed to kind of strike a balance between interviews and just watching, right? So it'd be more like an observer. Now, if you want us to Anderson Cooper, you'll have to Venmo us. And we'll put that up on the screen for you now.
people out of exercising their right to protest. They should be ashamed of themselves. We must continue to exercise our right to protest. And instead, we are being met by being inflicted with violence from the National Guard, from the Marines, from LAPD, and now they have the audacity to curfew us. But we refuse to be silenced. Is that right? We refuse to put a curfew on this movement. Is that right? And we are here because we also want to set the record straight. Mainstream media is making it out to seem like we're the violent ones, like we're the ones committing terror in our communities. Is that true? No! Are we the ones separating families? No! Are we the ones snatching people away from their workplaces? No! Are we the ones that are ready to slash Medicaid? No! Are we the ones that are deciding to increase these inflated police budgets? No! Are immigrants doing that? No! They are so quick to scapegoat us, to scapegoat the immigrant community for the problems that they, the billionaire class, and their servants, like the politicians, create in the first place. And so we are here to say that we are going to fight back. We're actually going to be the ones taking the streets. Where's our local politicians? Where are they at? They're not here with us, right? They're just posting these statements and not talking about protecting our communities. Isn't that what we elected them for? Yeah. So I need us to be louder when we say, ICE out of LA! 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 All right, y'all, let's make some noise. Now, I imagine that we're also here because we understand that immigrants are central to the makeup of this country. And it is so vital that we must not allow them to divide us and turn neighbor against neighbor. Is that right? Everyone who cares or claims to care about free speech, our First Amendment, needs to speak out against this repression that we're facing under this administration. Because if they can get away with using the National Guard, using the Marines, and militarized cops to suppress these protests in a so-called sanctuary city, then that will only embolden this administration to use greater force. So, if we don't take this moment, this critical moment in the movement, to exercise our right to protest, we're gonna lose it. Are we gonna let that happen? No! Are you sure? Yes! All right, then let's make some noise and let's keep on fighting.
For those just joining, our TYT live stream here in Los Angeles. We are downtown at Pershing Square. I'd say there's about 300 to 400 people, and people are upset. The main speaker just brought up a great point, which was, if we don't win on this issue, it's likely that Trump will take away the right to protest in America. So let's make this one count. Let's have a translation from Jesus here.
It's a good one. I don't know. Can I say? Yeah, fuck ICE.
I believe, yeah, technically translated as fuck ICE.
How much more in common we have with the working class abroad than we ever would with the billionaire class of this country. So let's be loud with this next chant. From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. All these walls have got to go. All these walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. All these walls have got to go. All these walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. All these walls have got to go. All these walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. All these walls have got to go. All these walls have got to go. From Palestine to Mexico. From Palestine to Mexico. All these walls have got to go. All these walls have got to go. All right, give it up for yourselves. All right, I would like to introduce our first speaker, Desmond, a community member. Give it up for Desmond.
Our LA families, our First Amendment rights are under attack. It is our right to be here. It is our right to be in the streets. It is our right to defend our mothers, our daughters, our neighbors, our family members from the criminal, terroristic attacks of ICE. It is our right to take to the streets. And today those rights are under attack. This week,
on the right
those
side.
rights have been under attack. Because the presence of the National Guard, the Marines, and LAPD brutality is meant to tell you that you have no right to be here. That you have no right to protest. That when masked men representing the government bust into your homes with guns drawn, bust into your workplaces with guns drawn and handcuffs, batons and riot shields. And when they pick you up because of the color of your skin or where you work, that you're just supposed to stand there and take it. protesters,
Because that's a good shot.
sending all these tweets, saying that she rejects what the Trump administration is doing. But it's hard. Los Angeles Police Department officers that are standing shoulder to shoulder with ICE. And this is supposed to be a sanctuary city. And this city is standing against the residents of Los Angeles for these mass terrorists of the Trump administration. So she can say she believes the right to protest or whatever, but we know what she's doing. Her officers are attacking us. She's trying to tell us where and when we can be out protesting. And I know that all of you are going to take to the streets every day, every week that you can. Until our mothers are safe. Until our children are safe. And beyond there, Karen Bass, Governor Gavin Newsom is doing the same thing. A nice 5-minute press conference, his hair all slicked back. Talking tough to the media, saying that he wants, Trump and Tom Homan to arrest him. If he wanted to do something, he could tell the National Guard to go home. He doesn't have to say that he disagrees. He's the commander-in-chief of the California National Guard. What Donald Trump is doing is unconstitutional. And Gavin Newsom is saying, well, I don't like this. Well, why don't you tell them to stand down? It is not only our right to be here, it is our duty to be here. It is our moral obligation to take to the streets everywhere and anywhere. And is a curfew going to tell you where and when you can protest? No! Is Mayor Karen Bass going to tell you where and when you can protest? No! Is the LAPD going to tell you where and when you can protest? No! Is Gavin Newsom going to tell you where and when you can protest? No! The only thing Gavin Newsom should be saying is, National Guard, get out of LA! National Guard, go away! ICE out of LA! ICE out of LA! National Guard, go away! National Guard, go away!
Shout out to the people of Los Angeles. I am so proud from this city to see the Fight Back movement here in Los Angeles. We live in a state with the biggest immigrant population. Los Angeles has one of the biggest immigrant populations alone. A third of this county are made up of immigrants. So we have a duty to stand side by side and protect our community. So I just want to give another shout out again to the people of Los Angeles for resisting these terrorist attacks. And shout out to the people of Paramount. And shout out to the people of Whittier. And shout out to the people of Compton. And shout out to the people of Huntington Park.
Let's not forget Long Beach.
All right. I now want to introduce our next speaker, Gabby, an immigrant rights organizer. Please give it up for Gabby. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I am here today because I remember what it was like to live in fear of deportation, to have to reroute on the freeway or stay at home after being warned of ICE presence on the streets. Growing up, I believed voting was the only way to make things change, and I felt powerless because I knew that when I turned 18, I was not going to be able to vote. Regardless of living in a blue state, I saw the ICE race continue. Regardless of whatever administration was in power, Republican Republican or Democrat. I saw ICE raids continue. Growing up in California, I still lived in fear of ICE. I witnessed as members of my community missed out on parents' funerals, family birthdays, and told me stories of how beautiful their homelands were and how much they yearned to go back. When I saw Trump get elected in 2016, I felt powerless because I didn't know then what I know now. Now I know that true change comes from the streets. We live under a capitalist system under which both major parties can be bought out by big corporations and betray their duty to serve us. Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass gave real cute speeches denouncing Trump's actions and showing support for the immigrant community, but have done nothing. Newsom has the power to send the National Guard home and has yet to do so. Karen Bass put our city under curfew and has sent LAPD to reinforce that curfew. It is our responsibility to remind them that we are the source of this country's wealth. That it is us, the immigrants, the children of immigrants, the working class that make America run. We kept this country running through COVID, while our politicians pretended to care. They called us essential workers while letting us die and letting our children fall behind on their education. They did that because they would rather fund wars abroad than ensure that we have universal health care and funding for our schools. Earlier this year, it was the people of LA who reached into their pockets to donate food, clothes, and other essentials for people who had lost everything in the Altadena fires. The cleanup of Altadena was led by our immigrant neighbors, reminding us that they are some of the most brilliant, skilled, and resourceful people that this country has. I'm wearing a keffiyeh because I understand that the struggle of Palestinians for their land is our struggle. ICE agents trained with the IRS and the surveillance equipment used at our border is tested on Palestinians along with other weapons. We will only win in our struggle if we join forces with other oppressed groups. Historically, that has been true, and it continues to be true today. I am Mexican, and I come from a legacy of fighters. Our ancestors fought for a revolution and won, even though the U.S. was trying to suppress our movement. Our strength comes from our numbers, and the Mexican Revolution was the definition of solo el pueblo, salva el pueblo. Because there was a struggle won by indigenous people and pro-campesinos who were fed up with a system that wasn't working for them. There are more of us than there are of them, and last night I was a part of a group in Arcadia that was able to kick ICE out of their hotel. Last night I witnessed our power. They were pissed and they were tired, but we were re-energized because we saw that it was working. I'm here today because I have felt the power of our people, and I refuse to live in fear again. Fear is what Trump wants us to feel, so that we stay home and let big corporations steal our wages and make us put up with dehumanizing working and living conditions. While I refuse to sit at home and watch my community be terrorized. My parents did not bring me to this country so that I could live in fear. They brought me to this country so that I could dream big. And I do dream that our people can someday have livable wages, healthcare, the best healthcare, the coziest homes, and that we can cross those borders like they never existed. That's right. Hoy estoy aquí porque rehuso a seguir viviendo en crecí viviendo el miedo de que ICE me iba a deportar a mí y a mi familia. Por años dejé que me quedaran en silencio. Pero entonces yo no sabía lo que ahora sé, que el poder de nosotros, de la gente, es más poderoso que el miedo y el rencor que nos tienen ellos. Estoy aquí para honrar el legado de la gente mexicana que luchó por su revolución y ganó. Estoy aquí para honrar el legado de mi comunidad que inmigró, dejó sus familias, dejó sus hogares para luchar por una mejor vida para ellos y sus hijos. Muchas gracias y todo el pueblo salva al pueblo. Todo el pueblo salva al pueblo. Todo el pueblo salva al pueblo. Thank you, Gabby, for that powerful speech. And shout out to the people of Arcadia. And shout out to the people of Glendale.
So, in case you guys didn't hear it, the speaker just said that
That is right.
her and a bunch of other activists made sure that ICE couldn't sleep last night and got them kicked out of the place they were going to stay, and they were not happy.
It is not the Republican Party that is going to save us. It is us. So we cannot vote into a victory. We have to build our own movement. We have to build our own system because we need a new one. Is that right? That's right. All right. So, for our next speaker, I would like to welcome up Cameron. Give it up for Cameron. Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? People power. Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? People power. What kind of power? People power. What kind of power? People power. Make some noise so loud they can hear you up there. When I look around, I see history in the making. They thought that sending LAPD out here would stop this people's movement. Did that stop the movement? No! They thought some helicopters could stop the movement. Did that stop the movement? No! They thought that the National Guard could stop it. Did that stop the movement? No! They thought sending in the Marines could stop the movement. Did that stop it? No! How about a curfew? Did that stop this people's movement? No! Hell no! That's why we're here right now, and we're not leaving the streets until we end the raids and end the deportation. That's why we say, ICE out of LA! ICE out of LA! National Guard, go away! National Guard, go away! Because that is the answer. If we stop the raids and the deportations, as people have stood up heroically to do all across this county and beyond, that is the only answer at this moment. People's power, unity. Is that right? Yeah! We have to talk about who is really committing violence in this city. Are these ICE raids violence? Yes! Who came with weapons of war to the protests throughout this week? The police, the military, the government. Who was shooting chemical weapons on peaceful protesters? That's right, I call tear gas a chemical weapon. It's banned under international law, but they use it right here in this city. Who was shooting flashbangs, terrorizing the whole neighborhood? Was it the protesters? No! It was the cops once again. And we will not be fooled because these same people who cried about violence, who demand no violence, they weren't crying as they funded the bombing of kids in Gaza. They complained about a Waymo on fire. But did they complain about the children on fire? No! Never! That's why we can't trust their words. We can't trust these politicians who will sell us out in a heartbeat. We know that the real
don't have to live in constant fear, constant anxiety, worried about ICE knocking at the door.
Yeah.
LAPD, ICE are nothing but the new slave catchers. It's important to draw that connection because the same way they're responding in the streets, sending in the military, that's how they responded when we rose up against slavery, against Jim Crow. And it's important to know LAPD was founded on the same type of Jim Crow, apartheid, racism. We have to understand that's why the people rose up in the Watts Rebellion in 1965. That is why the people rose up in 1992 about the police killings that have been terrorizing the city for too long. And let's keep it real. Everybody who I've heard on social media say, black folks, this is not our struggle. That's a damn lie. Let's keep it honest. What I learned today, 52% of the people arrested after the 1992 rebellion were Latino. We have been united in this struggle as long as we have been here, and we will be united until we win. So I just want to say, every step of the way, we see that in the words of Malcolm X, who turned 100 just last month. Let's give a round of applause. We see that when we have a politician like Karen Bass talking out of both sides of her mouth, complaining about Trump, but complaining about the protesters, that American democracy is nothing but American hypocrisy. And that a system which allows these billionaires to profit off of private prisons, off of these ICE raids, off of the weapons and the tear gas, a system that lets people profit on that is a system that should be abolished and replaced. Are you ready to be a part of that movement? Are you ready to stay in the streets? I want to say to each and every one of you, you are not alone. The world is watching Los Angeles. Across this country, we have seen rally after rally. A place like Kansas City had a rally this morning. Hundreds of people came out. A place like New York City had rallies because this is a nationwide problem that is rooted in the fact that the United States government has been a problem for the entire world. And I want to end with this. Folks, this is day 6 of a new wave of struggle, but this is a long struggle. It took 385 days of the Montgomery bus boycotts before they got what they needed. And it took decades of struggle to defeat Jim Crow, but we defeated it. So do you believe that we can win a new system that protects the rights of all people? Yeah! Are you going to stay in the streets to fight for that system? Yeah! And folks, we have already won. I'll see you in the streets today, tomorrow, and the next day. Let's keep it going.
All right, y'all ready to take to the streets? Y'all ready to march?
So let's get some ideas over.
Repeat after me. Hey, Newsom, we can see.
Hey, Newsom, we can see.
This ain't no democracy.
This ain't no democracy.
Hey, Newsom, we can see.
Hey, Newsom, we can see.
This ain't no democracy.
This ain't no democracy.
Hey, Newsom, this can't you see?
Hey, Newsom, can't you see?
This ain't no democracy.
This ain't no democracy.
Hey, Newsom, we can see.
Hey, Newsom, we can see.
This ain't no democracy.
This ain't no democracy.
Hey, Newsom, we can see.
Hey, Newsom, we can see.
This ain't no democracy.
This ain't no democracy.
All right, give it up for yourselves. Now, it is no coincidence that the people fighting back, that this people's movement started in Los Angeles. communities are safe. All right, so before we start marching, we're going to close out this program with a close friend of mine, Danielle. Give it up for Danielle. Ice out of LA! 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 My name is Danielle, and I'm a proud granddaughter of Mexican immigrants. And I'm born and raised in El Sereno. And for anybody who's not familiar with that area, that is Northeast LA, a community that's full of immigrants, predominantly Hispanic immigrants. And we're here today, and I'm here today, and I've been here, out here in the streets for 6 days. And I'm going to continue being out there because our community is under attack at levels we've never seen before. They're brutalizing our community members. They're attacking our neighbors in schools, in churches. I mean, they rammed into someone's car today and pulled him out of the car and took him from his family. And this is what we continue to see over and over, these videos of children being violently ripped away from their parents' arms, wondering when they'll ever see them again.
Change.
I don't have to talk about how hard immigrants work. But aside from that, we're human and we deserve dignity.
Right.
My mother-in-law came here walking from Michoacan while she was pregnant to give my husband a better life here, a better opportunity. And she said there was times when she had to crawl on the floor to avoid being seen by helicopters. She was so terrified of being caught. But she did it to give her son a better life. And that's what many immigrants come here to do, to give their children a better life. So I reject that racist narrative that immigrants are criminals. We're not the criminals. The criminals are the people in the White House. The criminals are the billionaires. Leaving their city starving, leaving their city without resources, but giving millions of dollars to the LAPD to brutalize us for protesting, using our First Amendment rights to protest the brutality that we've seen on our community. They have no right to tell us how we're supposed to react to their violence. And we're going to continue to show up in numbers, and we're going to continue to fight back, because I don't care what anyone says, showing up makes a difference. Being out in the streets makes a difference. Speaking up, protesting makes a difference. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. There was a woman in El Monte. Her name is Yolanda. And she was forcefully detained and arrested by ICE while she went to move her car. They took her to San Diego. And she was at a detention center. And we showed up there, a handful of people. Maybe there was only 2 of us. I drove with one other person. We showed up, we rallied, we made noise, and guess what happened? Yolanda was released. I'm so proud to be a part of that. And you being here today makes you a part of history as well. And we need you to continue to show up in the streets, continue to hold our elected officials accountable, because they're not going to save us. Mayor Bass spent her entire press conference talking about graffiti, talking about the World Cup, talking about the Olympics. Why? She's criticizing us for protesting because it affects her bottom line, it affects her paycheck. She wants to make money off the Olympics. duty to protect, she continues to criminalize protesters. And we're here to say, fuck that. We're gonna fight back. LA is gonna fight back.
The speaker brings up a great point.
Protesting is
Why
not
isn't
bad.
the mayor of Los Angeles here today? Why isn't
That's
she
right. The government works for us.
siding with the people?
And LA is gonna
Where is
continue to
Gavin
fight back.
Newsom
We're
today?
gonna continue.
Why are
Well,
no
we tired?
politicians here?
Are we gonna continue to show up? Yes! That's right. I said of LA! 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 Thank you. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready to start marching? All right. Let's start. Before we do that, let's chant. Let's hype up each other. Say hi to your
So,
neighbor.
for those joining us, this is TYT Live. We're in downtown Los Angeles in Pershing Square
We can see.
at a protest against ICE and immigration policies of Donald Trump.
Hey, back.
This crowd has grown to about, I don't know, maybe 1,000, and they're about to take to the streets. We're going to interview a few people, and hit us up in the chat if there are particular questions you want to know.
Hey, back. We can see. This ain't no democracy. This ain't no democracy. All right, y'all. We're going to carefully walk to the streets. Please follow behind the truck, and we're going to stick together, and we're going to protect each other. Is that right?
I said of LA.
I said of LA.
National Guard, go away.
National Guard, go away.
I said of LA.
I said of LA.
National Guard, go away.
National Guard, go away.
I said of LA.
I said of LA.
National Guard, go away.
National Guard, go away. I said of LA. National Guard, go away. National Guard, go away. National Guard, go away. Abolish ICE.
You mind talking to us? We're with TYT. Okay. Let's go talk to that old lady. TYT, but I'm in registered conference. I'm on 18. And with the CPU USA. I know very well. And I love Trotsky as well. Well, I mean, just saying. We were wondering if you wouldn't mind just saying why you're here and talk about it, because it's been my experience that all the news outlets are only focusing on talking to one kind of person.
Right, well, all right. It's just that how are you going to edit it?
No, it's just fun.
Okay. All right, so, okay, all right.
Ready? Maybe go this way, Jesus, so the protests in the background. Okay. We're here in downtown Los Angeles. We're with TYT. I noticed you were handing out paper. What paper do you have?
Well, the supplement is La Raza built Los Angeles. All labor must beat back Trump. What we're saying is that we need to mobilize labor to beat back Trump. It's very, very important. They have the social weight and power. The labor movement for decades in Southern California was built on immigrant labor. La Raza built Los Angeles, going way back before the Bracero program. Our paper is Workers' Vanguard. The front page is really important for this very sharp right turn in the United States, also around the world. But U.S. imperialism is turning the screws on everybody. This one talks about workers brace for impact, because we're going to have a lot of defensive struggles in the immediate future, and also why U.S. imperialism needs Trumpism. It's because the ruling class's power is degenerating, and it's crumbling, and they're going to make us pay. So the only way to fight this, we're Marxists. This is the paper of the Spartacist League, the U.S. section of the International Communist League, Fourth Internationalist. We're Trotskyists. Trotsky was a leader with Lenin of the Bolshevik Party in the first workers' revolution in history. And so what we talk about here is the labor movement to get off its knees. Some of the unions need a new leadership. If the unions are not willing to strike for better living wages, they're not going to fight against the rise of state terror. And this is really problematic. This is a fight. This is a fight that's happening now. And so this is why we're here. It's very urgent. And in fact, we're also distributing a flyer about a protest at the French consulate next Tuesday at 5:30. We're an international organization, and two leaders of the French trade union movement are on trial in Paris, facing terrorism charges for defending the Palestinians, for calling out genocide when they see it. So,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was just going to say, one of the things I've noticed is the protest movement here is very young, and you and I, not very young. What have you seen about this generation that gives you hope or gives you pause?
They want to do something. They're angry. They're willing to mobilize, and many of them are actually sons and daughters of immigrant parents. It's all mixed together. But there's a lot to learn from the past labor movement so that the mistakes of the past aren't made again. Constantly in the United States, it's fighting against the pressure of giving in to the Democratic Party and liberalism. And that's what is really the problem with the leadership in most of the unions, because they're tied to the Democratic Party and they're still operating on a liberal program. That's an obstacle. It's an obstacle, and it sows illusions that somehow you can reform. It's also why we started a united front called Open Police Archives. It's a united front started by the Spartacist League and Partisan Defense Committee to rebuild the movement against cop terror. BLM was largely, Black Lives Matter was largely the leadership during the protests in 2020, but it was based on cop reform. You cannot reform the cops. The cops and state are not neutral. You cannot reform them. So what we want to do is really create a united front across the country, uniting all these families that are fighting isolated, individually, trying to even get autopsies for why their loved one was killed.
One of the things that I hear over and over again from MAGA, from Trumpers is, oh, the Marxists will ruin this country. Is it your aim to ruin this country?
Of course not. course not. Who's ruining the country is the ruling class that is decaying. Their power. We understand as Marxists that the capitalist economic system is decaying. Okay, it has to. The only thing that it can actually control is wages, and as long as they can keep the working class divided and divide workers against each other and against immigrant labor, they can keep the cost of labor down. It is not, we want to create, we have the technology to feed, shelter, and clothe everybody, okay? And it's not happening because the ruling class owns everything and the workers work.
Thank you so much.
Okay, does that make sense?
Absolutely. All right, you ready? Wait.
Esa es mi bandera, yo la levanto por donde quiera, verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El sentido ya de afuera. Yo la levanto por donde quiera, verde, blanco, rojo hasta que muera. El barrio prendido ya de afuera. Me voy tendido, me voy empinando mi bote, un poco mareado por la bebida y el bolote. Me tiene hasta la riata la gente con su bigote, pero me despreocupo, me pelan todo el garrote. Me paga la nota, yo estoy de apariencia, echando peritos, ya hay tanta demencia. Yo no cargo nada, no más mi presencia. Yo no cuerpo atiende a las consecuencias. Minutos para el poli en breve nos para en la calle. No puede salir uno conmigo porque ya hay detalle. No quiere que conteste, quiere que yo solo calle. Quiere mi dinero, pero que chique su
Brett was saying
madre.
it's shaky. So we got it.
Pero tu gente que le digo que es trabajo. Pudo chingar al indio, vayan sin mucho carajo. Poco no me da, con lo bueno porque Luco en Guanajuato con los ojos bien tumbados de cote con el que se van a rizar por todos lados. Siempre en cabina bravo, bravo, me preservo junto a mi carnal el Gabo. Cuando vuelva a Jalisco el pasado está olvidado. Con el perro de la semi-grifo pedo y enfiestado. Chécate mi banderón unido como había soñado. Bien bajado ese balón, con Valesti bien bajado. Puro hip comienza hasta que amanezca. Hacen un mezcal y que no se pague la yesca. Ya saben que aquí andamos pilas para lo que se ofrezca. Si escribo estas rimas es pa' que se nos pullezca. Verde marihuana, blanca cocaína, roja la sangre que escurre de una nueva vida. Yo salí de la ruina.
You mind chatting with us? We're TYT. We're Independent News Network. We're on the left.
It's a very crazy day today, very crowded.
So you're gonna look at that guy.
Oh, hi.
So why are you out here today?
To fight for our people. To fight for our people and our freedom.
That's my homegirl. That's my best friend. Fuck,
Why are you out here today?
fuck Trump. I'm supporting my race, 100% Mexican. Fuck all these cops. Hypocrite ass bitch. What he said. What he said. Yeah. Fuck Trump. Fuck everybody. We supporting the Mexican bitch. 100% raza. What's up? Fuck. I put that on God.
There you go. So far, the police have not been around. If you're just joining us, we're in downtown Los Angeles. There's, I would say, at least 1,000 people in the street, maybe more. And there's a guy handing out writs.
I like your name, Tits.
Sorry to bother you. Where would TYT? Independent, not corporate sponsored. And we're wondering, you guys are holding signs for vets and interviewing vets. Are you guys vets? Nope. Do you know any vets here? Do you mind just talking a little bit about why you're here? I'm sorry? Okay. Sounds good.
No justice, no peace.
I said no justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
No ICE police.
No more police.
I said no justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
I said no justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
No ICE in our streets.
No ICE in our streets.
On to the immigrants. Down, down, down with ICE.
Down, down, down with ICE.
Up with immigrants.
Up with immigrants.
Down, down, down with ICE.
Down, down, down with ICE.
Up with the people.
Up with the people.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Down, down, down with Trump.
Up with the people.
Up with the people. Down, down, down with Trump.
So, for the people wondering whether or not this is live, yeah, it's live. We're downtown, June 11th, Los Angeles, and the protest movement, at least 1,000 people, probably more, who knows. Probably the cops could tell us in one of the 4 helicopters that's circling us right now, wasting taxpayer money. But yes, it's live. If you have other questions, put them up in the chat. You want to talk? Just tell me why you're here.
What is TYT?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll talk to you. I'm here because I believe that no immigrant is illegal.
So one of the things that I've been seeing a lot on right-wing media is they're like, oh, all these protesters are paid. Is this true?
They're what?
Are paid protesters. Have you seen any paid protesters?
They don't have enough money for this. The left has no money. They couldn't possibly pay this many people. So no.
One of the things that I was curious about was the speakers back at the square said, hey, where's the mayor? Where's the governor? Where are any of the local politicians? Why aren't they here? What do you think?
I think they're cowards. I think they're not out here because their dollar is on the line and they don't want to piss people off.
Do you think they'll be on the right or the wrong side of history when it comes time for the ballot?
Definitely the wrong side.
I wonder, especially Karen Bass, what have you got to lose?
I don't know. I mean, she's saying like she doesn't like what people are doing, but then she's not out here with us. So it doesn't make sense. I don't understand it.
Right? I mean, Karen Bass rode in as the progressive mayor of Los Angeles, but it doesn't look like she stood up for much.
I don't know either. And Newsom is saying all kinds of stuff, but then where is he? I don't know where he is either. So
if you have one message for the people watching across the globe right now, what would that message be?
LA is not on fire. We're just really pissed off. And we're fine. The cops are the people who are posing a danger to us. That's it.
It's been my experience at multiple protests that they were peaceful until the police started agitating.
Yeah. I mean, my family is like, are you okay? Is everything fine? Like, everyone thinks that LA is burning to the ground right now, but it's not. So We're standing up for each other.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So for people wondering, this building on the left, a beauty, got particularly heavily tagged the other day because it's the old Los Angeles Times building, and Los Angeles Times decided to abandon downtown Los Angeles, and I think the people are still a little pissed about it. And we heard the destination of the march is City Hall. And once again, for the people watching at home, we have seen no paid protesters, and it's totally peaceful. Just people walking in the middle of the street, making political points. So we're with the Young Turks, and he is, a big fan.
Yeah.
And we were just going to ask you a couple questions, if you like.
Okay, good luck.
What you doing here?
I'm protesting Donald Trump and ICE being in Los Angeles and the illegal removal and deportation of indigenous people.
Do you feel like the voices are being heard by those in power, your voice and others?
Not by the people who need to hear it, not by Donald Trump, that's for sure. No.
Is there anything Los Angeles could do right now to change Donald Trump's mind?
Probably not. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm probably not the person to ask.
One of the things we've heard again and again is that where's Karen Bass, the mayor? Where's Gavin Newsom, the governor? Where are the local politicians? Why aren't they in the streets protesting? What do you think?
I think that's a good question. I'd love to see more politicians actively protesting, but also I think they're probably busy. They've got their hands full. Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass have both done press conferences, and they've called upon the Trump administration to change their policies and change their actions. So I think they are doing a lot, but it would be nice to see them here on the ground.
Right? Some would argue there's only so much you can do from behind a desk, that it's time to get in the streets with the people.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, unfortunately, a lot of it has to be done behind the desk. I think, unfortunately, a lot of it is going to require time spent in court in front of judges, getting laws changed, getting warrants issued, those sorts of things. I don't really know, though. I'm not a policymaker and I don't hold office. I know that as a citizen, this is what I can do. I don't have the power to do what the governor does,
Is there something that you're not seeing in the media that you'd like people to know?
I think what's really, really important to know is that the people of Los Angeles want to keep everybody who's here. Everyone who lives here deserves to stay here. Families deserve to remain together. We are a united people in Los Angeles. This is not a war zone, and the military that's here is unwanted, and we don't need them.
I know that my mother keeps texting me, Are you safe? Are you safe? And at a certain point, I just said, if I'm not safe, I'll text you. Is it violent right now in LA?
Not here. It's not violent right here. Yeah. That's all I can really say about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, here we are. Karen Bass decided not to join the people in the streets, so they decided to join her at City Hall. Let's see if she comes out. You want to lead the way? Okay, we have a cute dog on the scene. 2 cute dogs. Now the protest is ready.
These agitators. Peaceful protest.
Pardon.
Peaceful protest. These agitators.
You guys want that? Young Turks. So yeah, we're
We don't talk to media.
particular political party. Doesn't matter. I don't know. I know the Young Turks. I'm okay with you. I'm good. I don't want to talk to the media. Yeah, I know them. I know them. I know. As a communist, since I'm 18 years old, you don't try to mess it up. I've been talking to Boots. I mean, don't worry about it.
The people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one.
This is how you peacefully assemble. This is how you exercise your First Amendment rights against dictators that try to take over our country. We will not let the villain in chief decide what's best for California. Ice out of LA!
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 Fuck these agitators!
Fuck these agitators!
Peaceful protest!
Peaceful protest!
Fuck these agitators!
Fuck these agitators!
Peaceful protest!
Peaceful protest!
Show me what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like! Peaceful protest!
Peaceful protest!
When they're ready, what are you gonna do? You're gonna call out, you're gonna do community policing. Why? Because I'm not
Nobody knows that until they see me or meet me. How you doing here? I'm checking out some shots so bad. I hate you, man.
Donald Trump, let's be clear, immigrants are welcome here. Donald Trump, let's be clear, immigrants are welcome here. Who's got the power? We got the power. Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? People power. What kind of power? People power. What kind of power? People power. We got the power. People power! Who's got the power? We got the power! What kind of power? People power! What kind of power? People power! I sign a ballot! 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 I sign a ballot!
Sorry to bother you. You look very good with the flag and or with TYT on the terms. And I was just hoping to ask you a couple questions. You want to come this way? We should that. Just so the crowd's behind you. So tell me what brings you out today.
For the protest demonstration for the illegal aliens and the undocumented. You know, I don't believe that the way they're treating everybody is right, and I think this protest is much bigger than the undocumented. I think it's more about your civil rights and protecting the Constitution of the United States. I think our civil rights will be violated if we don't stop this right now, and our constitutional rights will be taken away from us. There's a bigger, greater thing than this protest. This protest is nothing. What's to come? Something bigger and greater will come out of this if we don't stop it now. That's why I'm protesting here to impeach Donald Trump. I'm not here for a lot of the other stuff. I'm here to protect the Constitution of the United States. That's the number one thing. And as you see, I think the police are coming our way soon, so I would be careful they don't shoot you guys.
So one of the questions I have, you're wearing dog tags and camo. Are you part of the armed services?
I'm retired. I did my service for 6 years, and I'm out of the service. I'm 46 years old, so I did it when I was in my young 20s.
One of the things I've heard from people is that these are all paid agitators from out of state. Is this true? That the right-wing narrative tends to be like, oh, these people don't have a job or something like that. Is that true?
I don't think that they're paid agitators. I think you got a couple bad apples. That's all it is. I would say there's 1 or 2% bad apples, and 98% are here to protest. Nobody's getting paid. I don't know if the Trump administration is spreading rumors that people are getting paid just to smear the protests, but I don't believe any of that.
And what message do you have for other veterans who might be conflicted right now about what's going on?
When we took an oath, when we signed up for any military service, there was an oath taken in front of an officer of the law that you will protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, and all rights in the amendment, you'll defend them. But that's being violated right now, especially the 14th Amendment. The right to be a citizen. They're just grabbing U.S. citizens without due process, and that's wrong. You cannot just grab citizens and deport them, even though they're U.S. citizens. That's the problem. The 14th Amendment is being taken away from us. And it's sad, but I think the Latino people are the first ones to go. But then you'll see the Middle Easterns go, and then the Asians are going to go, and then Trump has a different agenda. He wants to see America white. He doesn't like diversity. He doesn't want to see this. He wants to go back to 1938, if you know about the history, when they were deporting Hispanics, because during the Great Depression, they thought that Hispanics were taking all the jobs. So they were just shipping them back to Mexico deep. But back in the days, there was no transportation to get back to California. So they knew that they were okay deporting them. This is 1938 and 1939 all over again. History repeats itself. And you gotta know how history is. Back in Prop 187, I think in 1992, 94, that was another thing with Governor Pete Wilson. That was a big mess. And now, I was a kid at that time. I didn't understand everything, but now I'm older, and now I understand how that was so wrong and about Prop 187. So that's what's next.
So one of the things I've heard again and again, and look, the police are now agitating, setting off flashbangs, and it might be time to get the gas mask out, ladies and gentlemen. Just to be clear, once again, the protesters have done nothing. The police are escalating and changing it from a peaceful protest into a violent protest. So if you're thinking about joining a protest in your city, one thing to remember, you always got to bring a gas mask now, because they'll gas you. Even though it's against the UN, they'll gas you in a minute for doing nothing. For those joining us, it was a peaceful protest in front of City Hall where Mayor Karen Bass has refused to come out and address the crowd, let alone talk to the protesters in other ways, and has now sent the police to harass protesters who are having a peaceful protest. And it appears they have the military with them as well. Yesterday there were snipers on the rooftops. We're checking to see if they have snipers today as well. What's going on?
Basically, people have been protesting peacefully. There's been fights breaking out with demonstrators that are for the immigration and those that are against. There was a young man that recently got shot with one of the rubber bullets and he was bleeding down his arm. Basically, me and another lady, we can't get out because the protesters are that way and the police have it blocked off right here. So if your car is right here, you're unable to get out. There's no way you can get out. We're not running over people. We're not doing any of that.
Who are you more afraid of right now, the protesters or the cops and the army?
The police and the National Guard. That's who's doing the most. They got the helicopters in the sky and they have rubber bullets. I don't know if they're gonna start using real bullets, but they're using gas and everything else.
Many have accused the mayor of being absent in the streets, Karen Bass, and the governor, Gavin Newsom. Where are they?
They have not been seen. There's been a peaceful protest earlier within the day from 12 to like 4:30. They were at the city hall peacefully protesting. Nobody was being violent or anything like that.
One of the things people have said on the right-wing media, they're like, oh, all these people are unemployed. They're paid agitators. Is that true?
That's not true. There's all kind of people with jobs. There's moms, dads, business owners, all nations. There's a white man right there. He's Caucasian, right behind y'all, protesting with the immigrants, protesting with the regular citizens. Everybody is together against ICE and immigration.
You mentioned you watch TYT?
Yes, I do.
Who's your favorite host?
I want to say it starts with an A.
Anna?
No, the guy. The
Jake.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That's my favorite host. You guys have a good day. He's really good. He's not one sided. He thinks on both sides. Like he puts both point of view. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Stay safe.
Sorry.
So the shot's a two-shot here. Okay, they got the horse cops. Now they're serious. All right, who in their right mind brings an animal into this bullshit? All right? At the very least, Okay, so in case people weren't able to see that because of shaky footage, they sent in cops on horses and they started beating innocent people over the head with batons. They threw an unarmed woman on the ground and started beating her, and then a horse stomped on her. What the fuck, Karen Bass? The mayor of Los Angeles needs to come out and answer for this bullshit right now.
Stop shooting! Stop shooting!
Where's this? Pull back, pull back. ¿Cómo está actuando
We are not the agitators. We are not the villains. We are the people of your community. We are here to stand up for those who stand.
If you're just joining us, this was a peaceful protest in Los Angeles that has now become incredibly violent. They are beating members of the media. They are beating unarmed women. They are stomping people with horses. LAPD and the Army and the Sheriff's Department are completely out of control, and the mayor is nowhere to be found. If there's any question right now about who is escalating, it is the armed forces and the police. The mayor is nowhere to be found in front of City Hall right now. You can be sure she is inside watching and ordering these men while they shoot at the citizens of Los Angeles who were peacefully protesting.
Oh, it's illegal? Oh, we didn't know! Run home, bitch!
You're not protecting your people! You fucking pussies!
Run home, bitch!
Where were you on January 6th, you fuckers?
They were there!
They were there just in different outfits.
Yes, sir. Just in different outfits.
I want to talk to somebody. Let's interview people.
Hey man, we're with the Young Turks. You mind talking with us?
Oh shit, the Young Turks.
We're with the Young Turks. Tell us what just happened here.
They used horses to try to like trample us and like run us down the street in here, and then after that, they had us like move over here with all the like those little rubber bullet things.
What were people agitating the police? Were people throwing things at them?
No, there was no agitation. Everybody was just like protesting, and then they just started having the horses running at us, and that's all that happened. I don't think it was anything involved.
Tell me, what are you hoping to accomplish here at the protest?
Hopefully, it'll get enough people talking about this and create some sort of a nationwide protests around the country, kind of like BLM, and maybe that will actually cause, maybe our politicians on the other side to push back against Trump or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, we need somebody to push back, somebody with more power.
We've heard right-wing narratives say, oh, these are all paid protesters. Oh, these are all unemployed people. Is that true in your experience?
Okay, I can't speak for everybody else. I personally think that's just some nonsense conspiracy theory created by a bunch of Trump supporters. But I have a job. I was just out shopping. I came over here. I decided to join in. So.
And no one paid you to be here today?
I'm not being paid to be here at all.
Thank you. Anything you'd like to add that the traditional media isn't covering?
I don't know. Fuck Israel. Fuck Israel.
Thank you, sir.
Peaceful protest.
They got instructions to clear this area, probably. Who knows? I didn't see anything, did you? I'm just saying, maybe they're getting orders to clear this area, push everybody further back. This guy up here.
All right, so there have been some voices in the chat about how this was a violent protest. Let's be clear, once again, it was a peaceful protest, and then the LAPD, the National Guard, and the Sheriff's Department escalated the situation. They brought in horses, started stomping on people, hitting people with billy clubs, shooting them with rubber bullets, and tear gassing everybody indiscriminately. It was totally peaceful before then. We're here. You are at home. Who are you going to believe? Some troll on the internet or the guy who's just got tear gassed by the police? We've talked to hundreds of people here. No one is being paid. These are all people, regular citizens who are coming out, except for the Univision lady right there. She's not a regular citizen. She's being paid. Hopefully enough.
We're getting paid.
That's right. TYT is paying us. And we're going to have a sandwich afterwards. Thank you, TYT. I'd like to give a special shout out to TYT right now. One of the things that always creeps me out, if you want to spin, is when they start kettling like this. It's always a bad sign, right? When they get you all wrapped around, that's when bad things tend to go down, even if you have a media badge. So once again, purpose of the protest was to not only let President Trump and the current administration know that the city of Los Angeles is not on board with his immigration policy, but also to get some action out of Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, and Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, both who have been totally absent on the protest scene. We are here in front of Karen Bass's office, City Hall. Where the hell is she? And is she the one sending the police after her own citizens? Right? And who the fuck sends horses into a violent scenario like this? Fuck those guys. And just so the chat knows, the people with the dogs left early. And I'll ask you this, right? Why didn't the Army and the police just let the people stay in front of City Hall until they get tired, right? Why push them around? That's my question to you, Karen Bass, and Donald Trump and Gavin Newsom. Why push the people around right now? They'll all get tired. They'll all get hungry. They'll all go home, right? You are instigating this violence. Why? So, Jesus, do me a favor. Zoom up on this guy right here. Yeah, the one on the far left. We did not get footage of this, but I watched this guy beat an unarmed woman who was just trying to run away from him. He got her pinned against the wall and then beat her with a stick. This guy right here.
If you're in front, if you're in back, you're in back. Move in front of the horses. I have a First Amendment right to be here.
Careful with the stairs, brother. ¡Amiga, la policía! ¡La misma porquería! ¡Amiga, la policía! ¡La misma porquería!
Just to be clear, once again, people were standing, doing nothing, and the police, once again, the agitators, in particular, this guy right here. Let's make sure we get a zoom on him. This guy's the one. We'll be sharing his photo online to make sure that the local authorities deal with him for beating an unarmed woman. And
the one with the stick. He's like riding around with the fucking stick in his hand.
So this guy here, and then what was the other guy? It's important that individual members of law enforcement know that they cannot get away with violence.
Next to the female officer to the right.
Which one? To the right with the glasses?
Yeah.
Okay, zoom in on him. It's important that specific officers are held accountable when using excessive force, as these officers have done, right? Because they set the example for the other people, who then think it's okay to fire on and beat defenseless people who are standing around chanting peaceful protest. This guy too, get him right here. What's his name? One of the things I've heard also is that the police put names on their helmets that are not their real names, so go by facial recognition. This guy with the mustache also beating defenseless people for no reason. Let's go talk to somebody. Hey guys, were you here just a second ago?
Yes.
We're with TYT, the Young Turks. We're live streaming right now. We're just asking people what happened.
Oh, okay.
You mind talking?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the police and their horses had come up from the stairs there. There was a couple of people who were protesting that got cornered by the police. One got a baton out and hit the protester. I think it was a young woman. And then they pushed them back and have just been kind of threatening with the rubber bullet guns. Yeah. And that's mostly where we're at right now. They keep pushing us up.
Any particular reason? Were the protesters violent? Did they hit or attack any of the officers or army?
No, not at all. They were trying to move back because they were getting pushed by the police officers, but they weren't, I don't know, moving fast enough, which isn't a reason, obviously, but they kind of came up on them. And then, I don't know if they actually made contact, but they definitely like lifted their club like they were going to, and so pushed them back. Yeah. So, it's just been a standoff for the last 5 minutes or so, but it's a public park. It's a public place. We should be here. Yeah.
Yourself, anything you saw?
Basically everything that my friend just said. I don't have much more to add, no.
Seems like citizens at a park.
If you guys can tell people across the world who are video or watching the live stream, what would you say to them?
That this is our city, and I'm not really sure who LAPD is supposed to be protecting. It should be us. I don't know why we're the enemies, and people should know that due process is everyone's right here in the U.S. So kidnapping and not giving people due process is very wrong and should be protested against. So that's why we're here.
One of the right-wing talking points we've heard again and again is, oh, all these people are paid. They don't have jobs. These are professional agitators.
I'm a public school teacher, and my kids are afraid to go places because they're either undocumented or their family is. They're afraid that their parents aren't going to come home. So I'm here because I'm lucky enough to have documentation and be from California and be here. So it's an easier risk for me to take. So I'm doing it for them. I'm a public servant. Yeah.
And you were not paid to be here?
No, no.
I was not paid to be here. I'm a lawyer, so I do have a job. Yeah.
Yeah, not paid to be here, just flexible enough work that I can be here.
Thank you, guys.
I love your guys' work, too. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
A TYT fan. If you're just joining us, well, it's been a wild ride. We'll see what happens as we inch towards a mandatory curfew in an hour in downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah, look at you. See them right there? They're all lighting up. It's coming. Okay.
Hey man, you mind talking with us with the Young Turks? Okay.
What is the Young Turks about?
It's a YouTube streaming platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys, you just...
On the far left.
I hear you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, TYT, we're live here in downtown Los Angeles, asking people what they think and what's going on. What just happened, in your opinion? What did you see?
In my opinion, sorry about that, yes. In my opinion, they were using some force to get everybody back and make sure that they were clearing out some space, which I'm a little confused about, of why they're necessarily pushing people back. Maybe it's like a safety thing. I don't know. But, I'm just out here taking in the day and out here representing what I believe.
And what is that?
What do I believe? Okay, well, I believe a number of things. I believe that, illegal immigrants do have a right to be in the U.S. I believe that wholeheartedly. Absolutely. But I say let's do it the right way. I would love for everyone to follow the rules. I'm not a complete, straight by the book standard man, but I definitely don't have a criminal record. I definitely know how to stay out of trouble. And if we do the right things and if we incite violence, or if violence is incited for us, I understand how it can become violent.
So earlier today, we watched it become violent. Were you here then?
What did you see, sir?
What did I see?
Yes, sir. Because I might have not caught the same thing you've seen, What did you see?
Well, I saw a peaceful protest with some people yelling, but no one throwing anything. And then the police decided to escalate and bring in horses and stomp people and hit people with sticks.
You saw people getting trampled?
Yeah.
With your own eyes?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And they were throwing things at the police?
No.
They weren't throwing, so they just did that? I believe there are some bad cops. I believe that there are definitely some bad cops out there. But I don't think with all these, supervisors and everybody watching, I don't think they're really gonna do that. Now there was this one bad cop I saw in a little clip. I didn't see the whole story, but it kind of looked like dude just shoot it and shot the foreign what is her name? I don't know her name, but she was a reporter. Thank you. Yeah, the foreign reporter. And I don't know the whole story there. However, I do know that was not right by that officer. I do think that there needs to be some more beefed up training. However, if I'm like 5 yards away from you and you have a knife, I am going to protect myself at the end of the day.
I haven't seen anybody with any weapons.
Yes.
Have you?
I don't think I have. They said, there was this one incident right down there and they said this guy had a knife or something. I don't know. I couldn't see. I didn't see what they saw. I tried to get it and, see as best as I could. But to my recollection, I didn't see a knife. They said he had a box cutter. He even confirmed he had a box cutter. So I can understand with the escalated situations how things can be viewed out here from both sides.
Okay. At home, what do you think people should know? One of the narratives from right-wing talking points right now is that everyone is a paid agitator. These aren't real citizens. They're unemployed and they've been brought in from other states. Is this your experience?
Before the next question, I'm going to touch on that topic. So a lot of them are not agitators. A lot of them, but there's a good and a bad to everything. There are people who are out here to cause havoc. You guys got to go?
Guys, they're coming in behind!
So, yeah, it appears we're getting reports that the protesters are being kettled right now, which is a standard move where they surround everyone and then squeeze them in. And while it may not be a actual violent technique where they hit people, it is done to instill fear and then encircle people, squeeze them tighter, and eventually beat them and arrest them. People who have not broken the law.
Peaceful protest.
Run away.
Peaceful protest. Peaceful protest.
Once again, the bare minimum they're estimating is that they're going to spend $134 million. And that is a low estimate That's just to send the National Guard and the Marines in, not to mention all the overtime paid to the sheriffs and the cops and everybody else. $134 million. Meanwhile, downtown Los Angeles has one of the highest homeless populations, and that money alone could help ameliorate the situation. You do the math.
We're peaceful protesters. We're peaceful. We're unarmed. Peaceful protest. 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 Peaceful protest.
Jesus! Jesus!
No one's being arrested. You don't need to be arrested with
Back up! Back up! Leave the area! Back up! Leave the area!
Okay, it appears that the police pushing people out trapped them in a corner of the park and then jumped on them. Now they're letting them exit the park peacefully, but not before scaring the living shit out of them. Meanwhile, they have not broken the law at all.
Peaceful protest!
All right, here come the horses who have proven to be the very most violent, really attacking the citizens for not breaking the law. The horses have been absolutely, well, I mean, the horses are fine, but the assholes on them, not so great.
Put your fucking guns down. Should I hire ICU? That's what
Not throw that tight now. Trying to box you in.
We're at First and Hill, and it looks like there is something going on.
Fuck you. We are a peaceful protest. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Whoa, whoa.
Go back the other way. Go back the other way. Let him through that fucking thing.
Okay, the police are now attacking the press. I just watched a cop. A cop just grabbed a member of the press's camera and smashed it on the ground and then kicked him. Once again, 2 individual cops. The cop's number is 436 648. 436 648. No, 43648. He grabbed a member of the press, broke his camera, kicked him, and threw him on the ground. Even though the guy was trying to show that he was a member of the press. So in addition to attacking the civilians, they are now attacking the press. This is definitely illegal. This is 100% illegal what is happening right now. And once again, Karen Bass, where are you? Just to clarify, this is not illegal. We are at a peaceful protest in downtown Los Angeles. It's before the curfew.
They have them locked in there. They have them locked in there, telling them to leave.
And now the police have cornered peaceful protesters
And telling them to leave at the same time.
and yelling at them to leave, but they will not let them leave because they have them pinned into a courtyard without an exit. So for all of those saying that this is an illegal protest, this is a peaceful protest.
Hey, you better hop up. You're going to get arrested if you don't move.
They're about to shoot you, man. Get down. That's a great question. Somebody writes in the chat, why are the cops so violent? Great question. It was a peaceful protest. They chose to escalate it. We can only guess that it is coming from Karen Bass, the leader of the city, because this is the LAPD, and she is the boss of the cops. So call Karen Bass and ask her why she is sending the cops on a peaceful protest. Seems to be another lull.
Not a warning to us.
Just so people are clear, finally, Mayor Karen Bass has been heard from. She sends out a tweet saying that the curfew is in place from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. from essentially all of downtown Los Angeles. And that's in 45 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So guess what? This is a peaceful protest, and there's no reason to be pushing people around or hitting people. And yet, 45 minutes before the curfew, the police going wild. This is not an unlawful assembly.
Let them out!
So let's call out some dumbasses. Big Dog comments, why is the cameraman crying? Nobody's crying. Although I should be, because I just watched an innocent woman get beat with a stick for trying to run away. She got pinned against a wall, a cop on a horse pinned her against the wall and then beat her with a stick. So that could be a question for you, Big Dog, dumbass. Why aren't you crying at her rights being flagrantly abused? Let's go talk to this guy. Nice out of LA.
Right now, I just got here like 15 minutes ago.
TYT live downtown Los Angeles. The police are kettling people and pushing them around. What have you seen so far?
So far, a couple of that guy right there, he's super trigger happy. Look at him. He just picks up his gun and starts. He wants to shoot somebody. He looks just mad for no reason. Right, here just peacefully protesting.
Why are you here today?
Well, me, I've been affected by immigration myself. My mom was deported in 2005, and I was raised by my aunt. So I'm out here just speaking for that. And then I have actually family that are some immigrants, and they don't do nothing. They work hard every day.
If there's a message that you could give to people at home, what would it be?
Just promote positivity and peace. We're all just trying to here make a living for our family, you know? We don't want to hurt no one.
One of the false narratives that I've heard again and again from the right is that everyone is a paid protester. These are professional agitators. Everyone's unemployed. These are things that the right wing is saying right now. Is this true?
I got to work at 6 in the morning. I left at 4 o'clock, came here, and we're not going to cause no riot. We're here to peacefully protest and speak our mind. That's it.
Did anybody pay you to be here?
No. I work for myself.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one.
Protest. This is the Young Turks. What brings you out today?
What brings me out today is I just wanted to be in the thick of this ICE protest. I'm here from Houston, Texas. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I did not protest for any of the injustice that happened to my people, but everybody's my people if you believe in God.
All right. So you're the only person that I've met in days of protest who is from out of state. Tell us why you're here.
Like I said, I'm here just to see how everything is going, man, to see if this is a peaceful protest or if the police are just still, being unjust against the, people that don't deserve to be unjust against.
And what's your verdict so far?
My verdict so far is I have not seen any of the smoke bombs or anything so far. So good. I'm not sure what's going to happen. When this curfew happens. If they're going to try to force people to their cars or wherever they're supposed to be. But something has to happen.
I believe they're going to start arresting people.
They're going to start arresting people. I'm not getting arrested. The Young Turks Press. I'm going to follow you guys right now before this interview. Are you guys on Instagram?
It's live streaming on YouTube right now.
How many people do we have? 937. We have 937 people. Okay, go to my page at Rachaun, RACHAUN. Follow me. I am the biggest basketball villain in the world. Please send this message to LeBron James, Bronny James, Steph Curry, whoever the fuck you want to send this to, and tell them I want to bust their fucking ass. I'm sorry, we're on Facebook, so I think we're good in the parameters of whatever the hell's going on. I'm not a TV star yet. It doesn't matter.
Self promotion, notwithstanding.
Fuck ICE because we do not.
Fuck ICE. We support all love. This is ridiculous. Why are they kicking people out? It doesn't make any sense.
Like I don't want to have to pay full price to get my shit fixed at home. I don't. I want to pay somebody that's going to do it for cheaper.
I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about, but this is unnecessary.
Is your name Jesus?
My name is Just in Case, and I'm out of here. Thank you.
I'm actually Jesus too. Really?
So we met the first person who wasn't here to protest, but was here to do some promotion. I mean, that's one out of tens of thousands. Let's get the chat to vote on that one. You think he's a narc? LAPD famous for having infiltrators in the crowd who then agitate, start throwing shit so they can lock everybody up. Let's get the verdict on him. Is he just a putz trying to take advantage of other people's misery here, or is he an arc? All right, Brett wants. Never mind.
Huh? Let's go talk to more people.
And then we're gonna go get a sandwich. Hey there. What brings you out today?
So I live just right down the street and I've been hearing so much chaos for the past few nights. I wanted to see if it was truly like a riot out here or what, but it looks like people are pretty peaceful and it seems like kind of most of the tension is coming from the scrimmage line that's been created. It's like 7:30 right now, so my theory is that they're going to start moving the scrimmage line back and back probably within the next few minutes, so I might be running my little butt home pretty soon.
So my question for you is: you live downtown. The mainstream media, the corporate media, has portrayed Los Angeles as a war zone that's been destroyed. Is this true?
Definitely not. So downtown's kind of been a ghost town, minus these little pockets of protest. The most crazy thing is this sound of helicopters that now seems like a new normal down here, but it really has not been a war zone, at least not from what I've seen. The only ruckus is really the police. Like last night till 6 a.m., just sirens.
It's interesting because the mayor is in charge of the police in Los Angeles. Have you heard anything from Karen Bass?
I know she's been pushing back against the deployment of certain troops and stuff here. It seems like the police could probably handle what's going on, but I can't really speak to what I've heard or have not heard her say regarding how the police are handling things right here. Did they need reinforcements? I personally don't think so.
Do you think that the mayor or the governor should be doing something differently now?
I think we need to. So you're kind of asking the wrong person, but let's just say how this is being handled has really shifted my views. Has definitely shifted my views, and I think California just really needs to stand up for ourselves in any way we can right now.
What does that mean?
If that means us taking to the streets like this, then that's going to be what we're going to have to do. I truly hope Karen Bass and Governor Gavin Newsom can get something together for us to get this like unnecessary militant occupational force out of here. That's the only thing making LA into a war zone. We didn't need it after the fires, and we don't need it now.
Anything you'd like to add that you aren't seeing in the corporate media?
You know, I honestly feel like the rioters and the looters, like I don't know where that is coming from. It seems like an inside job to me. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't seem like it's people from the protests. It seems like people who are either piggybacking or I don't know where these people are coming from, but I know it's not the protesters out here today doing that rioting and the looting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, I hope you get home safe.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What is your guys' channel?
The Young Turks.
Okay.
And it's streaming online on YouTube.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
We got to talk to the clowns. Hey guys, how you doing?
And yourself?
Good. What brings you out today?
Fighting for my people. Yeah.
Will bring me out. Yeah, same thing. Fighting for what's right. You know.
And what is right? What's this protest about today for you guys?
Just leaving my people alone. We came here to work. We came here for a better future. We came here just to be better. It doesn't have to happen in one generation, but it'll happen. We'll get there eventually. But this is just a setback. It's a minor setback, but we'll keep pushing. That's all about. That's what us Mexicans were all about. We keep pushing.
Okay.
For me, I mean, it's all about just how we all come together at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we all Mexicans or we're all Black Americans, whites, Asian. We're all here together. We're not just here one race, one person, one not. We're all here. We're come together. We were segregated. We were taken apart, and now we're coming together to come for what's right. I feel like we're being oppressed by our own government and the people that's supposed to take care of us and make sure we're the people, of the great nation, of the great America, but they're just oppressing us. They're treating us like we're nothing else but, terrorists.
Anything you'd like to add that you don't feel is being covered in the corporate media that you think is unfair on the coverage of the protests in Los Angeles?
They're not showing the peaceful side. Like right here, nobody's lighting shit on. Sorry, not lighting anything on fire. We're not throwing water bottles at them. We're not doing anything like that. They're only showing the violent side. They're trying to show us as bad people. We're not that. We want, like he said, to come together. And I love it because we see different people. We see African Americans, Asians. We're just seeing different people coming together because they know what's right and wrong, and they know what them motherfuckers are doing is wrong and hurting innocent people, like innocent women, children, and it's not right. It doesn't sit well. And like if you look at the holding cells, it's nasty. It's like locking up dogs. It's like putting them in a dog pound. It's not something you want to see. Yeah.
One of the things I've heard from many protesters is they don't want to show their face because they're afraid of repercussions. Is this why you guys have your face covered, or for a different reason?
It's why we have our face covered, but also it's to represent our culture. And obviously, Zoot Suitor.
But I feel like I'm also covering my face because they do the same thing. Why can't I? They're covering their face. You see, down there earlier, they were beating people. They almost pushed a person down the stairs. A person stopping, not running from them, getting hit by a baton. But their face is covered. They're protected because they're being attacked by us. But what are we doing? What are we doing? We're not doing nothing. Look at how many people are over there dancing, chilling, sitting down. How many people are just standing here with signs? How many people are just waiting for something to happen because we know they're gonna hit us first before we hit them. But when we hit them, when we attack back, it's wrong. It's violent. It could kill them. But when they're shooting us 5 feet away with rubber bullets, with tear gas, we're the ones being in the wrong. That's all.
Anything to add?
It's a mess. Yeah, it's a mess. But we'll get there. Free my people.
Can you say "Let's go Mets"?
No.
Although you guys are playing good this year, it's gonna be New York, baby. Thank you. I had to try. Hi guys, do you mind just telling us what's going on? We're with the Young Turks, independent media, not corporate sponsored.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
What brings you out today?
I'm here to fight for my people's rights. Oh, sorry. I'm camera shy. I'm here to fight for my people's rights. I came to get heard. That's what I came to do. I came to get seen and heard.
So, we got the camera on you. What do you want to tell the people?
That I think it's really fucked up that. Wait, can I cuss?
It's America.
Yes, it is. I really think it's fucked up that we're taking little kids and ripping families apart. Like, it's not right. I work at a school and I have kids who are undocumented. I have parents who are scared to come and pick up their kids, and it's like, imagine knowing that one day I just won't see my student next. Like, it's so fucked up. I'm out here for my grandparents too. Like, I wouldn't be there. I wouldn't be here without them. So, you know.
I've heard again and again that the right wing says that they are the party that protects children, and yet it appears from what you're saying that they're currently terrorizing children in the United States. Is this fair to say? Am I doing your position fairly?
I think it's fair to say, because what, like, it's their fucking human right to have their parents. Why are they getting ripped apart from their parents? We're ripping apart families, and it's not okay. It's not something that should be happening.
Anything else you'd like to add? I know. Right-wing narrative is that these are all paid protesters who have come in from out of state and are unemployed and are taking money to cause trouble. Is this true? Are you being paid to be here?
Nope, I'm getting zero money to be here. Me and my sister and my cousin, we're getting paid zero to be here. We're here because we're fighting for the rights. Like, I'm here because I want to be here. I'm here because I want it to be known that they shouldn't be taking away from families. And it's not just Mexicans. I know it's a lot of us Mexicans that are out here, but it's not just them who are getting ripped apart. We have Asian families who are here, who came for a better life and are here doing that. They're over here saying that they're trying to take away criminals, but they're taking people from Home Depot and taking people from high school graduations, and that's not right.
Yeah, they are spending $134 million to come snatch some people out of Home Depot parking lots and then call them gang members.
Yep. All just for a fucking job. They should be ashamed of themselves. Fuck ICE. Abolish ICE. We fucking hate ICE. I drink my horchata warm because fuck ICE. Yeah.
Quote of the day.
Because fuck ICE.
Thank you.
What happened to that? Liberty and justice for all. What happened to that?
Great album by Metallica.
Mm.
Do you guys want to chat? Okay. Oh, someone sent an AI delivery bot.
Oh, this is being live?
Yeah, you're on YouTube.
Oh shit. What's up, guys? What's the YouTube? What's up, guys?
Are you young?
Oh, right here, the young turks. Okay, got it. Well, I'm glad that we have people out here that aren't like big ass news media outlets that are bending the narrative like we're some fucking evil ass people. Ah, no, I don't want to come out.
All right, looks like we got some action. Are they going to let the robot cross the line? Wait, did they let the robot cross the line?
No.
No?
It didn't cross the line.
Poor robot.
My homies are locked out right now.
What? Tell us why you're here. This is the Young Turks.
I'm a student out here. I go to USC. I'm from South Korea. I'm here to scream, free all my homies, free all my Guatemalan homies. Man, they're locked out right now. They got sent back to their country, so I'm out here protesting for them. I'm from an international country too, from Asia, but out here, still screaming, fuck ICE, fuck IRS, man. We out here.
Anything that people at home aren't getting from the news coverage that you'd like to share with them?
It's way much more serious than you guys are actually seeing through TV. Like, some of my friends are actually getting caught. Their phones got like discovered every time, even though they're staying safe at home, like the ICE still comes to their house to just check, just like how like old German used to like go to each house to see if they're Jews or not. Like exact same things happening right now. Like I'm being that serious. I'm from Asian country, but this is all real.
Anything you'd like to add?
Tokyo is a Korean country. It's not a Japanese territory.
Thank you. So for those just joining, it's about 15 minutes or so to the curfew in downtown Los Angeles. Everybody's clearing out because the cops have been known to be particularly notorious in arresting people and black boxing them and not letting them go because they are suspending the law in LA right now. So the police have splintered the protesters into a bunch of smaller groups. And now they're all over the place. The curfew is about to hit in 9 minutes. And would not be surprising to see yet another night of mass arrests. Well, people are hanging out in their city telling the government they disagree with their policies. Once again, the mayor and the governor of mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass, and the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, nowhere to be seen today, sitting in their cushy desks while the people do the hard work and actually get out and protest in the streets and let President Trump know that they disagree with his illegal immigration policies. Okay, chat. Chat wanted to know all about the robot that broke the police line. Here it is, Patrick. Patrick, what the hell are you doing downtown? It looks like Patrick is on delivery. Patrick, have you been harassed? You got to tell us. Remember when the AI takes over, Patrick, we stood up for you.
Amiga, ¿cuánto las vende? ¿5? Ay, cabrón, ¿por qué tan caras? Ándale, compa. Pues, más barata. 25 bucks? A little bit much, isn't it? Bring it down a bit, guys. Sell more.
How much do you think you should be selling Nicaraguan flags for?
I think every flag should be like 10 bucks. I'll give you 10 right now, homie. Cash. Straight cash, homie.
And for the chat, the reason that we are on Karen Bass and Governor Newsom is because they are in charge of the police who are here right now. The sheriff and the LAPD have been doing most of the violence today. And that is the mayor and the governor. And nighty night. TYT signing out on this lady boogieing on the corner. The violent protest of the lady dancing on the corner.